Well, this is day 3 of the new home, and this is what happens when I turn on this light. So I have decided that I'm going to have to go through, well, I got the opportunity today, and I'm going to undo every electrical junction connector that I can find in this house and see just how they look. So, what I can do, I can kill the main power to the house. These are 60 amps. Well, I think I have a bad light socket, because these were all tight and everything, but there are no wire nuts on there. These connections are just electrical taped in place. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go and do a thorough inspection of stuff. Okay, so this is a switch panel in my kitchen, and I've got a red signifying a three-way going somewhere. And I pulled the tape off because I'm like, where are the wire nuts? But they soldered these together, as you can see. So and the vinyl insulation on there still feels like it's in pretty decent shape, so, but this junction box is just kind of floating in there, so I wonder where it's anchored to. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go go to the hardware store and get some wire nuts, because I would rather have those nutted as opposed to just taped like that, because that tape could melt and create a problem. Okay, so this is a GFI in my kitchen. They have it hooked up. There's you got 12 and 14 gauge wiring there, and it is hooked up to the line side, but they ran through double. They don't have anything hooked up to the load side to protect downstream outlets. So here's something that's highly illegal. We've got a bootstrap ground on the neutral, and neutral is wrapped the wrong way around the terminal. And then we've got one wire nut here, and then apparently we've got a soldered connection there. So, oh, and then this is not wrapped fully around the terminal, and this is cracked right there. So I'm going to have to replace that outlet. So here's another outlet. Again, we are wound improperly around the terminals, and we've got another bootstrap ground. And we got a piece of plastic from something in there. Well, the bootstrap grounds I can deal with. Now this is 12, so I bet that comes around here. And I bet the outlet for the refrigerator is going to be the same way. So anyways, just to kind of summarize, I think I'm going to leave the main power for the house undone. I've taken that light fixture down, and I've got it sitting right here. As you can see, I think that's where it was arcing, was right there. But yeah, I think I'm going to go through and I'm going to redo pretty much every single one of these outlet connections, because I'm finding like a bevy of stuff that I just don't care for too much. I'm going to replace this this range outlet completely. There was no screw holding it on. When I took it to look at it, it came off, and they had painted it and sprayed it over and stuff, and so I might just replace that completely. Every single outlet in the place has a bridge to ground between the neutral and the hot, or the neutral and the ground on the outlets. I found 2 wire nuts in the whole place, and a lot of these outlets have 6 inches or more of wire just kind of stuffed in there, and stuff was kind of bent and not looking the way that I like it. And I tend to be very paranoid, very OCD about electrical stuff. So and again, so in addition with the sheeted grounds, a lot of outlets where the screw terminals were put on backwards, the wires were wrapped around them backwards, and here's something. Instead of doing a 14-3 or a 12-3 connector, they just took a 12-2 and they cut the neutral off of one end so that they can run it up and run the light and the fan separately. I don't know whose idea that was. But as it stands right now, next week sometime I'm going to have to call up an electrician to get this replaced. And then this is the dryer pullout. That box isn't even anchored into the wall. So I think it's not going to hurt for the time being just to have that main pulled so that my house doesn't incinerate itself by accident between now and the time I move in. So I'm going to pack up the car and I'm going to go to a hardware store and I'm going to make a tally of what I'll need to get so I can go get it and have it ready to go next time I come here, because I'm going back home to see family over the weekend. So that's my video on this topic for today.